Bonjour and welcome to all of you comic book geeks, readers and collectors to this week's haul. Another subdued, so no reviews here. Another subdued week thanks to the ongoing, diamond shenanigans, and we're getting Image late, and there's been some DC late. So anyway, there's still 15 books here, 15, 16 books. So still ain't a bad, and well, maybe quality over quantity, maybe. Let's get on with it. Up first, Conan, 22 issues in, and I've got to admit, there just hasn't been a bad issue. Simple as that. So I will be continuing. This is part 2 of an ongoing saga. This had its ups and downs at the beginning. Beautiful Neil Adams cover. I've got to dig out where this was originally published, unless it was just something they've discovered, or it was a sketch or something like that. I'm sure I've seen that before. I'll have to do a little bit of research into that one. In this month's, I've noticed Patrick Zircher is writing. I was going to say writing and directing then. I'm pretty sure, yeah, writer and artist. Love it. He's got hold of the main story. Another Patrick Zircher. This issue 4, so this is the end of the story. This has been absolutely spot on. That's all. That is a lot of Robert E. Howard in 1 week, and I love it. Absolutely love it, because it's all top notch stuff. This has been top notch. I've got to admit, I know I had a little whinge about me and DC at the moment. I'm finding it, I don't know how to explain it. I've always been a Marvelite, but I have been really trying DC. But there is this Mark? It is Mark Waid. There's something about how the man right. This is like Superboy tales back in, and you think you've kind of heard it all before. That's part 2 of the kind of Superboy back in Smallville, and you think, oh really? But no, under Mark Waid, there's just something about it, how the man can make it work, which I love. So there you go. I've got that again. That is the only DC I picked up this week. Sorry. But, like I say, there weren't a lot. I think it's all coming in next week. There's going to be a flood. Pick this up, issue 1. Looking forward to it. Always been a big fan of the FF right up until I know Ryan North's back on it. But I've also been a big fan of Humberto Ramos. So, hence, I'm going to give it a go. I wasn't sure about this, but I'm going to give give the film a try. Keep an open mind. Looks like, Marvel haven't turned a corner, but just trying to tweak a few things, problems they've had. Anyway, we don't go there in the comic book haul videos. New comic book day. Yes. Another new comic. Last issue in this run. This has also been a lot of fun. A real blast. And Derek Landy's going over. I noticed in the back of this, Derek Landy's going over to the ongoing Doctor Strange, which will be good, because I thoroughly enjoyed this. Got his tongue in his cheek with the writing, which I like. I think Doctor Strange does need that. Otherwise, it can be a little bit too stern. Well, same as anything, I suppose. And Carlos Magno's artwork, I don't know if he's going over to the mate, but Carlos Magno's artwork on all 5 issues of this has been absolutely beautiful. Top notch. Enjoyed issue 1 of this. Omar Morales coming into the frame. So, enough said. Another One World Under Doom tie-in that has been the best one, apart from the main One World Under Doom title. But to be fair, I do enjoy this maybe a bit more than even the main story, because it's Machine Man and the one whose name I can never remember, the Cyborg. Why have I got a mental blank with him? Here he is. I'm looking at him now, and Deathlock. Deathlock. I love them so much, I can't even remember their names. Machine Man and Deathlock. Bundle of fun. Benjamin Percy. He's Benjamin Percy's going up and up and up in his form. His Spider-Man, Predator versus Spider-Man book, which obviously this isn't, is also superb. If this is the first video of mine you've ever watched, go out and get that. Going to give this a go as well, because at the moment I'm happy with Marvel and Predator. Thanks to Benjamin Percy, to be fair. So yeah, I'm going to give that a go. More bloodletting. Again, this is a very tongue, or should we say fang-in-cheek, look at a vampire. Really enjoying it. I'll go through that obviously in a bit more detail in the review. But as long as that issue 2 is as good as issue 1, then yeah, I'll be on board. This is the end of this series, and it's just been a great ride. I just love Mark Millar. He's writing on that. Great artist on it. You know, if you probably won't be in the reviews, but because it's the last issue, and if you don't know it by now, what volume is that? 5 or 6? No, yeah, volume 5. So, yeah. I know. Look at this cover, though. I love that. A unicorn with his horn sawed off in a very, shall we say, Mignola-esque cover. So I wonder what this could be a pastiche of. Even the... I just love the ongoing adventures of Gert. I'm sorry, I do. There's always something worthy in this. So, yeah, I do pick these up. The EC ones as well, Only Press and all that. So I've been enjoying. And where it was a quiet week, I really like Caspar Wingard's artwork. And I don't know how I've missed it. If he's been on since the beginning, I've really messed up here. Because he'd done a mini-series, a sci-fi mini-series, I think that was Image as well, about a year or so ago, and I really do enjoy his art. Obviously, Kieran Gillen, decent writer. So do you know what, where it was a quiet week, I know it's issue 10, but I thought I'm going to have a go. Just have a go, based on his artwork. Can I get into it? Or is it a story that's interesting, but I don't get it, because obviously I haven't got the first 9 issues. So yeah, quiet weeks give you that opportunity, didn't they? I'll regret it next week when there's about 50 comics coming. And last but not least, this will be coming under a separate video, but I will just let you know that I got the DC Classic Artist Edition Neil Adams little book coming. And I'll be doing a separate unboxing issue of that bad boy. Lucky that coming on a quiet week. Not that I wouldn't have picked it up if it was a bumper week, but it lets you sit down afterwards. When it's a quiet week, you're able to sit down when you get back from your LCS, without having a sore wallet and a sore butt, after being spanked very severely. I'll stop with that now. I hope you enjoyed that. Just a little one. No, it's not, but that's what I've got this week. I'm over on Threads. You know I'm here, obviously, because here you are. Share with me. If you want what you're getting, always interested to see if there's something I've missed. Also, see what you reckon my comic would have... my old mate, Comic Patrol, we did say, Hog, how can we guess your top 10? Like, oh no, to be fair, he's right. Hello, mate. How you doing? He was right. So, see if you can guess what my book of the week, or maybe cover of the week. I might give a clue about the cover of the week, to be fair. But I haven't obviously looked in depth. I've just got back from the LCS. So, excited to read that lot. I think before I read these comics, I am going to do my unboxing video for that. Because I haven't, well, I'll be truthful. The comic book shop did have to check that it was in good nick. And obviously I trust my old mate Paul over at my LCS. So other than that, that hasn't been unwrapped. So I will be breaking the seal, so to speak, on that one. Anyway, let me know. Yeah, let me know what you think. Just a little game. What you think my book of the week might be out of that lot. I suppose that's only for the ongoing fans, really, long-term fans, because if you don't know me that well, then you're not going to really have a clue, are you? Anyway, if you've stuck with me this far, thank you. You must be a sexy subscriber, or definitely thinking about it if you're still here. Whichever one you are, thank you very, very much, and join me with my next videos, unboxing, and obviously the review show, well, in a couple of days. Oh, listen to me, the review share. With my review episode, whatever you want to call it, probably in a couple of days' time. It'll take me a while, you know, life gets in the way, doesn't it? Reading your comics sometimes. Anyway, until then, I'll bid you all adios.